Welcome back for day 5 of 21 days of prayer. Today we're diving into something that has the power to change how you see your walk with God forever. The power of being known. We live in a world that teaches us our worth is based on what we do. Our achievements, our accolades, titles, or even our ministry success. But Jesus invites us into something far better. A relationship based on what he has done and the fact that he knows us deeply and personally. In Luke chapter 10, verse 17 and 19, we see the disciples' high moments. It says this, the 70 returned with joy, saying, Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name. The disciples, they're excited. They've seen spiritual power in action. Their mission trip was successful. Healings, deliverances, authority. It was the kind of stuff you post about online, on your thread. And Jesus doesn't rebuke them for celebrating. He actually affirms their experience. In verse 18, it says, and he said to them, I was watching Satan fall from heaven like lightning. That's huge. Jesus is essentially saying, yes, what you did mattered. The kingdom is advancing. I gave you that authority. But then he redirects them. And we see a rejoice in being known, not just being used. In verse 20, it says, nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are recorded in heaven. Let that sink in. Jesus isn't impressed by performance. He's moved by personal relationship. Ministry success, gifts, and accomplishments are temporary. But being known by God, having your name written in heaven, that is eternal. Now there's a little bit here. In Greek, the phrase are written is in the perfect tense. This is important because it's implying it is permanently written once and for all. That is security. That is identity. And notice, your name isn't written because of what you did, but because of who knows you. God, the Lamb who writes names in the book of life. This is so important. Prayer is not about what you do for God. It's a response to what he has already done for you. In verse 21 of Luke 10, we see Jesus. He's rejoicing over relationship. It says, at that very time, he rejoiced greatly in the Holy Spirit and said, I praise you, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that you have hidden these things from the wise and intelligent and have revealed them to infants. Yes, Father, for this way was well-pleasing in your sight. We rarely read about Jesus bursting into joy, but he does here. Why? Because his followers are grasping a relational, not religious, understanding of God. Not just theological knowledge, but revelation born from intimacy. This is the only time in the Gospels where it says Jesus was full of joy through the Holy Spirit. What makes heaven rejoice? Not just spiritual authority, but childlike intimacy with the Father. In verse 22, we continue, we see the exclusive and inclusive love of Jesus. It says, all things have been handed over to me by my Father, and no one knows who the Son is except the Father, and who the Father is except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wills to reveal him. Jesus knows the Father, and he reveals the Father to those he chooses. And the good news is this, that he has chosen you. You are known, loved, and seen. And we see here as well that there's this great biblical echo taking place in John 10:14. It says, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep and my sheep know me. You see, he doesn't just know your strengths. He knows your scars. He knows your doubts, your past, and still He calls you his own. You are known, not just noticed. There's a difference between being noticed by people and being known by God. We chase likes, approval, and success. But the most powerful truth in the life of a Christian is this: my name is written in heaven. For me, if I never preach a sermon again, or for you, maybe it's if I never lead another song, or somebody else sitting out here listening to this, if I never perform another miracle, I am still fully known and fully loved by Jesus. So I call you to rest in being known. So today, as we go into a time of prayer and worship, I want us to shift our focus, not to impress God, not to earn favor, but to respond to the favor we already have because of Christ. You are known, you are loved, and you are his. As we go to prayer together, let's make the walls tremble with our prayers today.